Hey everybody, it's Ryan. We are back with another video. In today's video, we are going to be doing my NFL mock draft for 2021. I've done a lot of, research and things like that, and I have my mock draft ready to go. So, we'll start at the number 1 overall pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a no-brainer. I have them taking Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. Trevor Lawrence is obviously locked in at number 1 in the 2021 draft. He includes a 6'6", 215-pound frame, a big arm, accuracy, and mobility, all things that the Jaguars just desperately need on their team. I think he's a no-brainer number 1 pick. Now, I go back and forth on what the Jets do here at number 2. I could see them going with Zach Wilson as well, but I'm going to have them going with Justin Fields, quarterback from Ohio State, here at number 2. I think Fields has the more upside out of the two quarterbacks. He might not be, the ready to go like day one quarterback, but the Jets, let's be honest, they're not going to be that good for a couple years. It's going to take them a couple years to rebuild this team, unless they obviously trade for a Deshaun Watson or something. I think this is what you have to do here at number 2. So, number 3, I'm going to have a change from my last, I didn't do a mock draft on here, but I sometimes update this throughout the year. I had them at first going Penei Sewell, but I changed it to Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. I think that Tua just needs a weapon. Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki, they're cool, but they don't stay on the field, and they just need more weapons. I think the Dolphins' O-line is getting better. I think they can get O-line later on in the draft, maybe at 18 or in the second round. I know Penei Sewell's a generational talent. I just think Devontae Smith is who they will go at number 3. Number 4, so I'm basically flipping the quarterbacks. I'm going to have the Atlanta Falcons take Zach Wilson out of BYU. I think the Falcons, either way, are going to go a QB here as well. Ryan, a guy that's going to sit behind Matt Ryan and learn the offense like a Patrick Mahomes did with Alex Smith. So I think that same type of situation will happen here for the Falcons. Maybe Zach Wilson can take over next season if all things go well. Cincinnati Bengals. This would be the perfect pick for them if he fell to number 5. I have them taking Penei Sewell, O-tackle out of Oregon. They really need a O-tackle to protect Joe Burrow, and they won some meaningless games late in the year. But if they still ended up getting him at number 5, that would be a great steal. He was so good. This guy actually, as a lineman, got a second-place Heisman vote. That is insane. Definitely Bengals get him at 5. Number 6, I think everybody agrees they at least need a receiver here. It depends on which one. I'm going to have the Eagles going Ja'Marr Chase out of LSU since Devontae Smith is off the board. Ja'Marr Chase might even be the best wide receiver in the class, but since Devontae Smith won a Heisman, I think he will go before Ja'Marr Chase. His name is, more out there than Ja'Marr Chase. And I think the Eagles will take a receiver here nonetheless. They're not going to go quarterback. They're going to keep Hurts or Wentz, one of the two. So, yeah, I think they will go at number 6 there. Number 7. I know he didn't play this year, but I'm going to have the Lions taking end Gregory Rousseau out of Miami. I think he will go number 7 here. He's a great defensive end. He logged double-digit sacks as a redshirt freshman in 2019, and he was also compared to Calais Campbell. So if you're getting that at number 7 and the Lions, you got to be happy. I could also see them going receiver, but with Smith and Chase off the board, yeah, you could maybe go Jalen Waddle, but I think it might be a little too high, so I think I have the Lions going with that. Carolina Panthers, I flip-flop in this one too. Do they go quarterback or do they not? I'm going to have them not. I'm going to have them taking Micah Parsons, linebacker, out of Penn State here at number 8. As I said, I think they could go quarterback. They could go a Trey Lance, but I'm going to have them going linebacker. They had an atrocious defense in 2020, and obviously they missed Luke Kuechly. I think Micah Parsons, he's not Luke Kuechly, but he's at least something to help out this defense. I know they drafted all defense last year, and they might do that again this year, so I have them going that at number 8. Number 9, I have a surprise pick here. I'm going to have the Broncos going Jalen Phillips, defensive end like Rousseau, out of Miami as well. He had a monster year. replacing the opted-out Gregory Rousseau. And obviously with the Von Miller situation, I think the Broncos might go a pass rusher here, and I think this is a sneaky pick for the Broncos. Number 10, I'm going to have the Cowboys going offensive tackle, guard, center. He can really play all around on the offensive line. Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern. I think the Cowboys desperately need O-line. We saw what happened last year with that offensive line getting beaten up. He can play every position on the offensive line. And he had some great tape against Chase Young. We all know how good Chase Young is. You can't trust Tyron Smith anymore. And Dak needs some new protection here because obviously coming off the big injury. I think they will go Rashawn Slater at 10. Number 11, this one hurts me to do because I want the Patriots to get this guy, but for this mock, I'm going to do it. Maybe in a different mock, I'll have the Patriots taking him. I'm going to have the Giants taking, at number 11, Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida. I think if the Giants take him, it would be interesting. They could also take Jalen Waddle here. I know they have Evan Ingram, but Kyle Pitts is just too good to pass up here. He's a matchup nightmare. He's too fast for linebackers and too big for safeties. Like, Pitts and Ingram could be a nice two tight end attack, which would really help Daniel Jones. Yeah, they could also use a receiver. Darius Slayton, I think, is their number one. You also have reliable Golden Tate, but I think Kyle Pitts is a perfect pick for the Giants. Number 12. I flip-flop between this one, too. I could have the Niners taking a quarterback or taking something else, and I have them taking something else here. I'm going to have them taking Patrick Surtain at number 12, cornerback, Alabama. I think that's a steal if he falls to number 12. Son of former Dolphins corner, Patrick Surtain Sr. He was tested early, but he was able to punish opponents. The 6'2" corner projects as a top 15 pick. I definitely agree with the assessment on this prospect. Richard Sherman and Jason Verrett are entering free agency, so I think the Niners need something to help their secondary. Los Angeles Chargers, number 13. I have them taking a O-tackle out of USC, Elijah Vera Tucker. They need to protect Justin Herbert as good as possible. They have a great quarterback of the future. They have a huge hole at left tackle. He made a great decision to opt into the season, and he played extremely well for the Trojans. So I think he definitely boosted his stock by playing, and I think he will go number 13 to the Chargers. Number 14. I have the Minnesota Vikings. Sorry, I wrote these picks down. It's kind of glitching right now. I have the Minnesota Vikings taking Christian Barmore, defensive end / defensive tackle out of Alabama. The Vikings need as much help on defense as possible. We saw what their defense was this year. It was not good. They need to bolster their defense, and Barmore offers nice length, quickness, and athleticism. He can rush the passer. This is desperately something the Vikings need. Now, if this happened, this would be the perfect pick for the Patriots. I think the perfect quarterback that would fit this scheme, because we just had Cam Newton, is Trey Lance. I have them going Trey Lance out of North Dakota State here at 15. Bill Belichick needs to solve this quarterback dilemma, whether it's via trade or via the draft. He didn't draft a quarterback last year, so he almost has to this April. Obviously, as I said, trade could be the other way they get a quarterback. He has some nice physical tools. He's coming off a huge year in 2019. Obviously, he sat out this year. But I think Trey Lance is just the perfect pick if he fell to 15 to the Patriots. Number 16, I'm going to have the Arizona Cardinals selecting J.C. Horn, a corner out of South Carolina. The Cardinals have major issues stopping the pass. They need a number 2 cornerback present to replace Patrick Peterson in the future because he's getting older. J.C. Horn is a fast, fluid athlete, and I think he could really help this Cardinals secondary as I said, Patrick Peterson's getting older, and